Thank you everyone for joining us for today's webinar, How First-Party Customer Data Powers Contextual Email Marketing, brought to you by Vigorate Digital Solutions and Gigya. We'll demonstrate how Vigorate Digital's team brings together marketing technology solutions, focusing on the Gigya Customer Identity Access Management platform, to deliver a comprehensive customer email journey for audiences and provide meaningful insights for our clients. First off, some introductions. My name is Jennifer Balogh, and I'm the AVP of Strategic Solutions here at Vigorate Digital Solutions, and I'll be your moderator and co-presenter today. I'm responsible for delivering strategic expertise and identifying cross-channel marketing opportunities that optimize our clients' budgets, and the way we do this is by bringing innovative and effective new strategies and tools to our clients, including those of our partners like Gigya. From Gigya, please welcome Danielle Carty, Channel Partnership Manager for Canada. Danielle is responsible for crafting and executing Gigya's Canadian channel strategy and is focused on educating partners on the value of Gigya's CIAM software and their channel program. Now, just some quick housekeeping items before we begin. Please note, this webinar is being recorded. Slides and a digital copy of the recording will be made available to all registrants within the next couple of days. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them into the questions pane, and we'll try to get to as many of them as possible at the end of the webinar. And finally, we'd love for you to post to Twitter or any other social channels, and when doing so, ask that you use hashtag VigorateWebinar. Now the agenda that we're going to be using today. First, we're going to review Vigorate Digital Solutions and provide a summary of our marketing operations and MarTech solutions offerings, and explain how our strategy to execution framework ties the two together. Next, we'll introduce you to Gigya, and Danielle will walk us through Customer Identity Access Management 101. We'll then touch upon how to best leverage Gigya to achieve the best in one-to-one email marketing. And then we'll walk you through the process of optimizing email marketing with identity data with a demonstration of the Gigya user experience from both the customer viewpoint and the administrator. And finally, we'll summarize the 5 key takeaways and conclude with a Q&A session. So remember to keep those questions coming. Simply type them into the questions pane on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. At this point, we thought it would be useful to give everyone some background on Vigorate Digital Solutions. We've been around for about 15 years, and initially our channel focus was opt-in email marketing. Over the years, however, we've redefined our offering to meet the evolving needs of our clients, and both our product and service offering has changed as such to include a variety of multi-channel solutions. Our work focuses on 3 specific areas where we see the most significant customer pain points and where we're able to provide the most comprehensive, effective, and value-added service to our clients. Vigorate Digital's marketing operations practice has been a consistent evolution. Over the years, we've recognized that a key area that seemed to be missing for many organizations that we work with was the ability and the know-how to develop processes that nurture flexibility and agility in our clients' marketing departments. Vigorate Digital marketing operations consists of campaign services, data management, and ongoing measurement to evaluate campaigns and programs over time. We've spent years building and refining our internal processes around functional planning and execution, evaluation and management of data, around effective campaign and program measurement, and those around CASL compliancy. Being able to transform our clients' marketing initiatives from a cost center to a value center is all about being able to tap into the best technical tools and infrastructure that facilitate ultra-personalized and engaging marketing communications. But very few marketing organizations have all of the resources required. Vigorate Digital partners with several best-in-class MarTech solutions providers, like Salesforce and Adobe for multi-channel campaign development, deployment, and measurement, and of course Gigya for CIAM, so that our clients don't have to invest in costly MarTech solutions themselves. This center bubble represents how we best maximize on the marketing operations and the MarTech investments, and it's important that we do this piece really well, as it's the most often overlooked part of the process. According to research published in the Harvard Business Review, companies realize only 40 to 60% of their strategy's potential value. If your strategy to execution is done poorly, you'll likely end up with 2 separate silos as your marketing tech stack won't have been chosen based on your marketing objectives. If you believe in the value of first-party data and you've invested in the right MarTech, you need to make sure you have a plan to take the marketing strategy and make it real in an operational sense, to be able to measure it and then improve on it. Many of our clients have the marketing strategy nailed down, however, the strategy to execution is not. By scaling these MarTech solutions to the business needs of each client, we're able to deliver against their unique business goals while keeping costs in check and their sales funnels full. This is what we have coined the Vigorate strategy to execution mentality. These days, few marketing organizations have the resources, whether time, budget, or human, to build a winning combination of industry expertise, practical campaign execution, and the right tech stack to implement successful digital communication strategies consistently. Instead, they choose to work with Vigorate Digital because we excel in all three core elements, and depending on an organization's unique challenges, we can fill in the necessary gaps. We like to compare the preparation and execution of a marketing plan to the preparation and competition in a triathlon. Some athletes might be better marathoners, but don't have the same experience or confidence in cycling perhaps, or maybe they haven't invested in a quality road bike to maximize their training efforts. The fact of the matter is, few companies have the ability to take on the strategy, technology, or marketing operations at the same optimal level, much like a triathlete tends to excel at one discipline more than the others. Vigorate Digital can take on those tasks or provide those technologies or areas of expertise that many organizations are lacking and don't want or are unable to accomplish on their own with the same impact at the end of the day. At this point, I'd like to pass the mic over to Danielle, who will now provide us with an introduction to Gigya.
Thanks, Jen, for the fantastic introduction and also having me join you with today's presentation. Thanks, everyone, again for joining. For those not familiar, Gigya is the leading customer identity management platform headquartered in Mountain View, California. Our client base spans the globe, working with over 700 of today's leading businesses who rely on Gigya to securely collect, manage, and leverage their customers' identities at scale. Gigya provides the unified customer view needed to create the personal experiences demanded by today's consumers that build better customer relationships by turning unknown site visitors into known, loyal, and engaged customers. So how do we do this? We first connect businesses via our social and modern-day registration solutions, allowing your business to authenticate and identify users across your web presences in a cross-channel and by device nature. This allows us to then capture rich first-party permission-based identity data. Using such customer insights, marketers can better understand their users via registration, system, demographic, and influencer data. Importantly, Gigya's profile management system and identity repository securely collects and manages your user base in a single secure cloud-hosted repository, consolidating user data from across your digital channels and data silos. This allows for indexing really of any type of customer data, both structured and unstructured, in an accessible, searchable, dynamic schema database that manages real-time updates to reflect users' social profile changes whilst adhering to ever-evolving data compliance regulations and governance. From here, marketers convert rich user insights, turning their data into action. Search and segment data at scale, really using any combination of attributes, and easily export insights via Gigya's 50+ pre-built integrations with today's leading MarTech platforms such as Salesforce and Adobe. Seamlessly pass user data to and from your existing solutions while maintaining user record integrity. The Gigya solution can power every piece of your customer-facing identity access management requirements, including modern-day self-service registration and social login flows, single sign-on coordination for a beautiful user experience whilst providing that secure user profile data capture and management. With the growth in mobile registration and user experience expectations, having a modern registration solution is paramount. Gigya also provides that visual representation of the demographic data of any user who connects with your brand, including his or her age, gender, relationship status, location, and more, enhancing audience understanding and aiding in the identification of key influencers, all from its web-based dashboard. Our customers report outcomes such as increased user acquisition, better segmentation of target audiences, enhanced customer experience for registration and login processes, increased security of customer data, and consolidation of data from multiple sources, to name a few. In summary, Gigya's SaaS-based CIAM solution allows you to synchronize specific site and social data, updated in real time, to personalize customer-focused experiences at scale. Each customer identity record is composed of the richest and most detailed views of your customers' behaviors, attributes, and activities to help you make each user interaction and experience personal and relevant. The result? You will foster better customer relationships and drive greater loyalty with every targeted digital message you create and deploy. Now bringing this together, through Vigorate Digital's services team, Gigya's CIAM platform, and our integrations with other leading digital MarTech and CRM tools, you will start to build a definitive view of your audience that will help you to connect with users, collect first-party permission data, and convert more prospects into loyal and engaged customers over time. Now the how. Vigorate Digital's marketing-as-a-service experts can configure the data transfer to and from Gigya to your marketing cloud and elsewhere as applicable. Step 1 begins with having a modern, secure registration service with progressive and conditional profiling, social login, and single sign-on across your different digital properties. Step 2, following registration, you will need to have clean and secure visual data accessibility and connect this first-party data to your MarTech tools for conversion. Step 3, you then need to utilize the insights inherent in the data to deliver the right message. So let's look a little deeper at each step. We are going to take you through an example of fictitious company, Great Camera, created today for illustration purposes only, to show you a portion of the customer experience and also a bit of the administrator's view behind the scenes. Step 1, connect with your users or visitors by having a CIAM solution that provides a beautiful, secure, user-friendly, modern-day registration service. Our registration service provides a complete, flexible set of online registration tools for integrating an end-to-end registration system across your web properties and mobile applications, complete with user validation, profile management, and responsive design. Here's an example of someone coming to your website, presenting them with modern registration via both social and traditional login registration. Leveraging a host of built-in capabilities that could include CAPTCHA, password strength meters, and responsive design. Take control of your registration look and feel and functionality. From here, you can seamlessly pass user data to and from your existing MarTech platforms, all whilst maintaining automatic data privacy compliance. Taking you now behind the scenes to show you some of the administrative views and to highlight some of the features within the Gigya console post-registration. Vigorate Digital, as well as the brand, can access the data through Gigya's Customer Insights tab. Here you can determine what kind of data is available, organize how that data is brought in from other MarTech solutions, such as other DMPs or CMS tools, and then get a unified view of all your customers. Next, we'll look at segmenting your audience, which is key to creating a tailored email marketing campaign. There are very rich segmentation capabilities within the tool, and here you can get right down to the identity record, save queries, and the segmentation view itself is very visual. Gigya's platform also allows administrators to group consumers according to specific criteria such as their interests, site activity, and of course demographic and psychographics. I'll pass it over, Jen, to you, and perhaps you can take everyone through a walkthrough what's possible around email marketing transformation.
Thanks, Danielle. I'm now going to take you through an example of Great Camera and highlight how they were able to transform their email marketing communications. Previously, Great Camera only had access to third-party customer data and had to make a lot of assumptions on variables such as the best content, messaging, offers, and the user's preferences. Kevin W. was basically anonymous, and it was a bit of a guessing game as to whether the email spoke to him or not. But as you can see, with the access to first-party data through Gigya's CIAM platform, we've now been able to capture additional first-party data that takes the guesswork out of the equation. Here's an example of a member of Great Camera's audience and their corresponding profile data. In this case, Kevin W., who we now know as Kevin Walker. Let's take a look at Kevin and the type of information we've captured on him, including system, registration, and behavioral specific data. I've highlighted a few variables such as Kevin's birth date, his geography, and some interests. This type of information can now be pulled in to create a more relevant, dynamic, and personalized one-to-one email message than the one that we saw previously. And as everybody knows, personalized promotional emails have a much higher rate of engagement, being 20% higher unique open rates and 41% higher unique click-through rates than non-personalized mailings. After accessing first-party data and leveraging those insights in a sophisticated and strategic approach, we can now tailor the email that Kevin receives to directly speak to him on a much more personal level. The images have been pulled in based on Kevin's age, his musical interests, and his preferred leisure activities, so the human element of the email is dynamically driven. The background image is also dynamic based on Kevin's surfing interest. The camera image is based on his past browsing activity. And the timing of the email goes out a week before his birthday, and the location drives the actual time of day the email deploys. The end result is delivering a highly personalized and relevant email message that speaks to your end user. Building a marketing strategy around permission-based profiles provided by known customers rather than profiles pieced together from anonymous users has a direct impact on a business's bottom line. Case in point, customer segment conversion rates improved 355%, leading to increased revenues of up to 78% if the segments are based on customer data such as user spend and brand interaction. Personalized emails deliver 6 times higher transaction rates. 60% of consumers feel much more positive about a brand after reading personalized content on that brand's website. And 73% of US consumers like to buy from brands that use information about them to deliver more efficient shopping experiences. So what's the real cost to not leveraging first-party data in your digital marketing programs? As consumers share a growing amount of information about themselves, intolerance for impersonal and irrelevant experiences is escalating rapidly. 19% of US consumers say they receive between 4 and 5 irrelevant marketing messages each day, with 16% receiving more than 10. The result? 47% of US consumers ignore future communications from that company. 27% will stop visiting the website or the mobile application, and 16% will stop buying that company's products altogether. Inaccuracies in contact information alone resulted in missed marketing opportunities and wasted spend. The average business wastes $180,000 each year on direct mail that doesn't even reach the recipient due to incorrect contact information. And 67% of companies had deliverability issues this past year, resulting in poor customer service, communication barriers, unnecessary costs, and overall lost revenue. But perhaps the largest hidden cost of inaccurate third-party data comes from delivering users irrelevant messaging and experiences. Not only do mistargeted messages waste money by failing to convert intended audiences, but they also damage customer trust in relationships. So how much money are you either leaving on the table or throwing away by not taking advantage of first-party data? I'm now going to summarize some of the key benefits of CIAM and a few other key takeaways we've presented today. Having a purpose-built CIAM platform gives brands permission-based access to first-party data. By collecting and applying rich profile data, brands can more effectively personalize email marketing campaigns. First-party data is not assumed but rather known information, which is particularly valuable because it helps businesses acquire more timely, rich data points that users have provided themselves. Brands use this information to gain insights into who their customers really are, what their preferences are, and which products are most appealing to them. CIAM allows brands to capture more data as people are more frequently accessing websites via their mobile devices and are much more likely to use social login for convenience sake. The most successful email campaigns make use of a combination of MarTech tools, personalization capabilities, first-party data, performance measurement, and systems data management to deliver more relevant and engaging email communications. Consider working with Vigorate Digital, who can deliver scalable marketing operations and MarTech solutions and launch with an effective strategy to execution framework or risk leaving money on the table. So that wraps up our webinar, and I think we've gotten 3 or 4 questions that have come in throughout the presentation. Let's just see here. So the first question we've received: can I keep my existing login system and still benefit from using Gigya for authentication? Danielle, you want to take this?
Sure, thanks, Jen. So yes, actually the most common integration scenario of the Gigya service is actually by adding it as an additional authentication option on top of a brand's existing login system. So the gross majority of our clients do come to us with an existing registration solution.
Okay. The next question we've received: do you support CASL, Canadian anti-spam law? Danielle, why don't you start with this one and tell us how Gigya can address the Canadian anti-spam legislation from a technical standpoint?
Sure. So Gigya's registration as a service flows enable users to explicitly opt in. So we can facilitate compliance, but compliant implementation is still up to our customers, but Gigya would not prevent them from this. And in line with this, our fields are completely customizable based on structured and unstructured data, such as images.
Oh, I see. So just to build on that, Vigorate Digital is quite proficient in CASL compliancy, and we often work with clients to ensure all of their email marketing practices from beginning to end. So from the point of opt-in to the email template design to the unsubscribe management process are all above board. So by using Gigya's technology, we can actually capture express consent. So for anybody who's familiar with CASL, express consent is the sort of gold standard. And we can save an image of the opt-in form itself and associate that with an individual subscriber in the database as proof of consent. So for any auditing purposes, that's a big win. And for anybody else who is interested in finding out more information about CASL, we have a ton of information on our website, including database checklists, campaign checklists. We've written several articles and blogs. We've got some recorded webinars there. So just type CASL into the search bar and you can find a whole host of information there. Okay, third question. I know you touched on some of this already, but can you explain the difference between first and third-party data?
Sure, I'll take this one. So it really boils down to how the data is being collected. First-party data refers to data and information that a user's providing a brand or business themselves. So, for example, if you fill in a registration form and you provide your name or email, you've just supplied first-party, customer data. Social network login and customizable registration options are particularly valuable because they help businesses acquire more data points. and information about users that they've provided specifically about themselves, such as Facebook likes, interest data, etc.
Cool. Okay, the last question we've received: who from my organization would be responsible for reviewing and implementing a CIAM solution?
Maybe I'll start on this one. We have conversations with both IT business and the marketing side. Marketing often are, the ones getting really excited about that rich first-party data that they can use to then drive those relevant marketing campaigns, etc. And IT are having conversations with us from more of a security and governance, as well as looking at having a solution for modern registration as opposed to something that maybe they've built in-house or traditional. So we do talk to both sides of the business.
Okay, cool. And also, as a vetted implementation partner, Vigorate Digital could implement the instance on the client's behalf. So the marketing team on the client side would typically develop the strategy, and then we would work to understand how the brand hopes to benefit from the CIAM solution. So Vigorate Digital could help stand up the instance, address things like compliancy from CASL standpoint, data points. We could manage the campaign execution, the database, reporting and analysis, all by using our strategy to execution framework.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the last of our questions. We're just getting into about the 29-minute mark. So wow, we were pretty good on time there. If anybody would like to get in touch with either Vigorate Digital or Gigya, please see our contact information on the last slide that's currently showing on your screen. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, all registrants will receive an email with a link to the recorded version shortly. So thanks everybody for joining us today. Thank you very much, Danielle, for helping me lead the webinar.
Yeah, thanks, Jen.
And have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.